Should you publish low content books or high content books? Which one makes more money and which one is the smartest long-term strategy? These are some of the most common questions I get, and today I'm breaking it all down for you. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what low and high content books are, the pros and cons of each, the kind of income potential they have, and how to choose the right one for you. And just for context, I've been self-publishing books for over 7 years, and in that time I have published hundreds of low content books across multiple niches like coloring books, journals, planners, puzzle books, activity books, you name it, I've done it. I've also spent the last few years moving into high content publishing, writing, and producing children's picture books and full nonfiction titles. So what I'm sharing today comes straight from my experience. What's worked, what hasn't, and the balanced approach I'd recommend if you want to build a real sustainable self-publishing business. Hi, welcome to Self-Publishing Central. If you are new here, my name is Caroline, and every single week I share real strategies, case studies, and behind-the-scenes tips to help you build a thriving self-publishing business. Let's start really simple. Low-content books are books that don't rely heavily on words to deliver value. They're structured, designed, and meant for the customer to interact with. Think of books like journals, planners, logbooks, coloring books, puzzle books, activity books. All of these are considered low content because the customer completes them or fills them in themselves. Your role as a self-publisher is to create structure. So the pages, the prompts, the puzzles, not writing itself. High content books, on the other hand, rely on you, your words, your ideas, your storytelling, or your teaching. These are books with full written material that you read. Non-fiction guides, how-to books, personal development titles, children's picture books, and novels. Anything where the reader consumes your writing rather than interacting with blank or guided pages. And it is important to note that these two are not opposites. They exist on a spectrum. You can also have medium content books in the middle, like guided prompt journals, workbooks, or educational activity books, where you combine structure with real written content. So understanding where your book fits on the spectrum helps you decide your strategy, your workload, and your income potential. Let's start with low content books because for most people, this is the first step into self-publishing. They are a quick and moderately easy way to start in this business. When I started back in the early days of my publishing journey, I had no idea, or I didn't have the time to write a 60,000 plus word manuscript, but I could design and I learned how to research niches and I could create journals and puzzle books fast. This is what makes low content book publishing so appealing. It's fast. You can design and publish a book in a matter of days, not months. It's low risk. You do not have to invest thousands of dollars into editing, proofreading, illustrating, or formatting. It is scalable, so you can create 10, 20, even 100 books in 1 year if you're organized. You can test ideas quickly. You will know within weeks if a niche has demand. And it works globally because many of these books are visual or interactive, not language dependent. For example, a coloring book can sell in any country where Amazon operates, and you do not need to have it translated into different languages. But let's be honest, it's not perfect. Here are some downsides of low content publishing. High competition. Because it is so easy to enter, thousands of new self-publishers enter the space every year. Low differentiation. Most books look identical. Unless your design or your niche targeting is strong, it can be hard to stand out. Lower price points. Most low content books sell between $4.99 and $9.99. So that means your royalty might be somewhere between $1 to $3 per sale. Volume dependency. You need a catalog, a series, and often dozens of books to be able to build a consistent income. But even with those downsides, low content books are still one of the best entry points into self-publishing because they teach you the business of publishing. Keywords, categories, formatting, covers, and Amazon ads, all without the pressure of writing a full book or novel. Low content publishing is where you learn the system, gain traction, and start generating your first royalties. And for a lot of people, creating a low content book business is enough, and they have no desire to publish or get into high content book publishing. Now let's talk about the other side of the coin, high content books. This is where you step into writing and publishing books that carry more depth, authority, and long-term potential. High content books include nonfiction, self-help or how-to books, educational or skill-building books, children's picture books or even children's chapter books, romance, fantasy or contemporary novels, or workbooks and guides built around your expertise. And the big difference is that while low-content book publishing is fast and scalable, high-content book publishing is slower but far more powerful. Let's start with the advantages. Higher royalties per book. You can price these books anywhere from $12.99 to $24.99, sometimes even higher depending on the type of book. And a single sale can earn you somewhere between $5 to $10 in royalties per book sold. Brand authority. When you publish a quality high content book, readers remember your name, not just your niche. That builds trust and longevity. A well-written book can keep earning for years without you needing to even go in and update it. One title can turn into a long-term passive income stream. Expansion potential. You can turn your high content books into audiobooks, ebooks, courses, or even physical products, giving you multiple streams of income from that one book. Series growth. Almost every high content book that is successful is part of a series. But of course, like everything and like low content books, there are some challenges too. Time investment. Writing, editing, and illustrating can take weeks, most of the time months. Upfront costs. You may need to pay for things like editing, proofreading, or illustrations. Marketing required. You can't solely rely on keywords. You'll need to promote through Amazon ads, social media, or email lists, but that's the case with low content books too. Slower output. You will not be publishing dozens of these books per month, but you don't need to. If low content books are all about quantity, high content books are about quality and impact. Let's take a look at some examples. Money Skills for Teens. This book is self-published and part of a series of 17 books around teaching teenagers life skills. This one book sells around 850 copies per month, which means the royalties are estimated to be around $5,000 per month for just this one book. And remember, it is part of a series of 17. A beautifully illustrated picture book like The Girl Who Makes a Million Mistakes. And this book is in the top 1,000 of all books on Amazon, which means it's selling thousands of copies per month. Also self-published, also part of a series. A romance or fantasy series with loyal readers. Romance books go crazy on Amazon. It was hard to pick just one to use as an example in this video. Elsie Silver creates a series of small town romance books. This one has 5 books in the series, and the first book of this series alone has a bestseller rank of 682, meaning the royalties on that book is approximately $14,000 per month based on that bestseller rank. And in this niche, in these categories, most readers read through the whole series. Also a self-published author. These books don't just earn royalties, they build a business and a brand around you. And when done right, one strong high content book can outperform 50 low content books over time. Now, here's where things get really interesting. You don't have to choose one or the other because medium content books bridge the gap beautifully. Medium content books combine the best of both worlds, structure and substance. They're easier to create than full high content books, but they offer more uniqueness and more value than basic low content books. Books classed as medium content include guided prompt journals like the Self-Love Workbook. This is so much more deeper. It is so much more in-depth than a regular journal. Educational workbooks like Small Print Handwriting Workbook for Teens. These are unique and detailed, and educational workbooks can teach kids a range of different subjects. Activity books that mix puzzles with educational and creative content. These make learning more creative and fun, and they definitely take more work to create. But medium content books are powerful because they help you stand out in crowded niches. They tend to be able to attract higher prices. They're perfect for building mini brands or niche series, and they're manageable. You can create a few pages of written content or guided prompts without the need to write 60,000 or 100,000 words. Medium content books are ideal if you have mastered low content publishing and you're ready to take the next step without diving full on into full-length writing projects. Now let's talk numbers, because at the end of the day, most of us just want to know where's the money. Low content books are fast and scalable, but they are generally low margin. You need volume. High content books take more time, but they can generate larger, more stable income over the years. And medium content sits right in the sweet spot. Accessible, differentiated, and evergreen. So let's figure out which one fits you. Ask yourself 3 simple questions. Number 1, do you enjoy writing or designing more? Number 2, how much time can you realistically commit per project? And number 3, are you looking for quick wins or long-term growth? If you love design, templates, and creative visual work, start with low or medium content books. They will help you build momentum and income faster. If you love writing, storytelling, or teaching, focus on high content books. They will help you build a bigger brand. And if you're somewhere in between, build a hybrid model. That is exactly what I do. My low content and medium content books create consistent monthly income. They're the foundation, but my high content books, especially children's picture books and non-fiction titles, are what build long-term authority and impact. So you don't have to pick one lane forever. You can evolve as you grow. I would like to clear up a few common myths that hold people back. Myth number 1, low content books don't make real money. Wrong. They absolutely can if you treat them like a business. Quality covers, series, and keyword strategy make all the difference. Myth number 2, high content books are too hard for beginners. Not true. You do not need to write the next Atomic Habits. You can start small, a short guide, a children's picture book, or just a 10,000 word workbook. Myth number 3, you have to choose one path. Also false. Many successful self-publishers build hybrid portfolios. Quick low content releases plus a few deep high content projects each year. Your self-publishing journey doesn't have to be linear. It just has to be strategic. The publishing industry is shifting fast, and with AI tools, new reader habits, and evolving Amazon algorithms, but the fundamentals haven't changed, and they probably never will. Customers still want value, and they always will. They still want creativity, and they always will. They still want stories, solutions, and experiences. That's why low content and high content publishing can coexist beautifully. If you build both over time, you're not just creating books, you're building a business that can pay you for years. Start where you are, learn the process, then evolve. Growth comes from layering, not jumping ahead overnight. If you do want to get started with the exact tools that I use, from book research to design and publishing, I'll leave all the links down in the description box below. And if you did enjoy this video, YouTube thinks that you might like these ones too. So please go check them out to learn more about self-publishing your own low and medium and high content books on Amazon. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.